torture yourself, give yourself pain, punish yourself. And when the first trap came, you fell into it. You should have stood your ground. Why do you try to, bite off more than you can chew? This is another opportunity for you to become better at war without fighting. I feel very stupid when I hear that guys get into fights with their girlfriends. I mean, like every aspect of behavior that you have demonstrated is wrong in some way or another, and you know it. All right, whether it's trying to cut your own hand, you're just desperately crying for attention, and it's a sympathy oriented drive towards trying to make the girl stay with you. But if a girl has sympathy for someone, she most probably is never going to be attracted to them. All right, it's different where, let's say, 20 years into a relationship or a marriage, the man has some horrendous loss in his life, or even loses physically, let's say, a limb or something, and then the woman has sympathy. But because it's no longer attraction, became devotion, it remained as love for the recent years, that she continues being with that person while being sympathetic. So the context is different, but at the start of mating, if a woman is sympathetic towards you, unless it's the wrong kind of sympathy where she thinks that she can save a bad boy, uh, you know, but like you don't fall into that category. You're in the traditional nice guy category, and in that category, that's the number one way to kill attraction. For you, it's like very simple. You just got something which you were wanting, and the ease with which you got it, like you yourself couldn't believe it. But I mean, that is what I've spoken about a lot before. And if you remember, even when I told you about when you go out with your friends and stuff, and if you see a girl, just I told you to do some exercise in terms of going and speaking to people without any outcome. I remember, you know. So if you maintain that, she's not going to go anywhere, and she's not going to listen to her friends. If you're going to be as moody and emotional as a roller coaster compared to her friends, then there's not much of a difference between you guys.
I don't know, and like past, I don't know, all of a sudden that thing about losing her made me lose it. And
Yeah,
I,
because men also at some point of time always need to fight against their own laziness. You give a man food and sex, and he will never move a muscle in his body. He'll remain on the couch. So just because you thought, wow, I have this now in my life, and I'm continuously getting action, and fuck, I've lost weight also, so that's also good. So everything good suddenly started happening. And when the first trap came, you fell into it. You should have stood your ground. Be happy with what else you have. Why do you try to bite off more than you can chew? Because literally the way you fucked up what you were desiring, and you can have, and there's nothing wrong with it, is that you let your desire convert into the wrong kind of action. You went overboard when there's no need. But because, like, human nature today has greed as a very big element in it, we all don't want to lose any of the advantages that we have in any way. But that makes us fall beneath our own levels, you know. So we end up embarrassing ourselves in our own eyes. But the thing is, you are someone who was aware of all of this.
yeah, and
When
still
you're
like,
aware and when you repeat the same behavioral patterns, then you don't come to a coach. You go and fucking run more. Torture yourself, give yourself pain, punish yourself in ways which are useful to you, just to learn how to reach analyze. Because you see, what I spoke about, the women being, uh, the feminine being the litmus test for man, is that this kind of scenario will happen throughout your life. Even in marriage, this will happen. Like, women very rarely stop testing their man. So you have to realize every time that this is happening, this is another opportunity for you to become better at war without fighting. So then every time you should keep your focus there and not get sucked into the tornado of emotions or melodrama that is happening. Because otherwise it's just two young girls bickering. Like, I feel very stupid when I hear that guys get into fights with their girlfriends. I mean, over this shit, there are all kinds of fights. And many times the guy is wrong, but when a girl is going through the regular, high schoolish, university levelish drama,
Mm.
but if you're getting sucked into it, then like what the fuck? You might as well unsubscribe from the world's best dating coaches channel.
I mean, like just after everything, all the fuss happened when I settled. There's like a lot of things I jumped on impulse is totally not controllable in my hand. Like she's in college, this is her life. Two
Array,
years
it's
later,
totally controllable. Your reactions are controllable.
I realized that like else I would have been crying in front of you. I wouldn't be so happy.
Hmm, 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 hmm. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Now use this as
So,
that litmus test opportunity
hmm.
so that every time you just getting better.
Why
See,
do I?
after a point of time,
Why do I
true
keep?
self improvement, all right, after a point of time, true self improvement becomes a self reinforcing project for a human being
Okay.
because they get so attuned to the process of wanting to become better for
Hmm.
themselves in their own eyes that they are always aware of opportunities to improve, to change the way we react. Because
Hmm.
you see, patterns are similar across different situations. The situation could come with girl A, girl B, it could come with a friend. Cleanliness, neediness for men comes even with their male friends,
Hmm.
for some of them. For some of them, it's only with women, but it doesn't matter. The core, see, anything that's happening in this world, there is every phenomena has one root essence to it or a root reason. So we should just try to figure that out instead of battling with the faces.
Hmm.
If you start doing that, or once you become attuned to that process of your own project to that level that in everything you keep choosing ways to react which you won't even consciously recognize, holy shit, like I found a better way to navigate through life in this particular context. Like you'll end up surprising yourself, but obviously that's at a deeper level of maturity in this process. but
Hmm.
but this situation should be the catalyst for you to switch into that mode now, I personally feel.